All right, so it's just after 8:30. Of course, back to one of our earlier stories. President Cyril Ramaphosa in Laudium for Eid al-Fitr celebrations. Let's take you live there.
Congratulate our two ministers, Minister Naledi Pandor, as well as Ibrahim Patel, for having gone together with you through the month of fasting of Ramadan. At a time when there is so much wrong with the world, at a time when human suffering, hardship and injustice is laid bare, the spirit of Ramadan inspires all of us. It is a rallying call to unity, solidarity and empathy with all of mankind, but especially for those who are less fortunate. There is a hadith of Prophet Muhammad, peace upon him, and it says, "None of you shall become a true believer until you desire for your brother and sister what you desire for yourself." This is the humanist spirit of Africa that we cherish and hold dear, where we say, Umuntu, Gumuntu, Ngabantu. This is the Ubuntu spirit. We are who we are because of others. As South Africans, we may have different beliefs, be they Christian, Muslim, Jewish, Hindu, atheist, or traditionalist. We may be black, white, Indian, or colored. We may have been born in South Africa or may have chosen to make South Africa our home. Yet there is one belief that has always held us together and that has always kept us moving forward. And that is our belief in the unity of our nation, our beloved South African nation. It is our belief in the democracy that we have achieved 30 years ago. It is our belief that we all have a role to play in making South Africa a better place, a great nation, and a place in which no one is left behind. Our freedom was won through the efforts of mighty civic organizations in which the interfaith community played a central role. We think of the United Democratic Front, the Call of Islam, the Muslim Youth Movement of South Africa, the South African Indian Congress, and many others that formed an integral part of the anti-apartheid struggle as ably led by the African National Congress. We salute the many great leaders the Muslim community has produced: Yusuf Dadu, Rahima Musa, Ahmed Timol, Sisi Gul, Imam Harun, Ahmed Kathrada, Tatumkulu Africa, Don Matera, Chief Justice Ismail Mohammed, Dala Omar, the parents and the sons and daughters of the Kachalia and Pahad families, and many others. It is regrettable that over the years, many of our once vibrant, politically active communities have retreated into the background of our national life. Much of our politics has come to be defined by internal squabbles and, regrettably, by racial and other forms of chauvinism. This has led to some of these communities questioning their place in South Africa today. As the African National Congress, which I lead, our message to you today is that your country needs you. Your country looks upon you. Join us in rebuilding South Africa. Our democracy was built through the actions of patriotic men and women of different races, classes, and political affiliations. They were united by a common goal, and it is this spirit of unity we must channel today. As the Holy Quran enjoins, let us hold fast to the rope of unity and not be divided amongst ourselves. My dear friends, we know that for Muslims in Sudan, Yemen, Myanmar, Syria, and many other countries in the throes of conflict and war, there is little cheer this Eid. For many of them, the sacred month of Ramadan has been one of pain, anguish, tears, death, and suffering. In occupied Palestine and the Gaza Strip, men, women, children are being driven from their homes, bombed, tortured, starved, and killed. After more than 7 decades of discrimination, oppression, and apartheid, the Palestinian people of Gaza are now faced with genocide. The Palestinian people on the West Bank are being faced with being displaced as settlements are now being forced upon them. What is the indiscriminate bombing of civilians from land, sea, and air, if not an act of genocide? What is the forced displacement and the deliberate starvation of an entire population, if not an act of genocide? What is the killing of nearly 14,000 innocent children and leaving thousands more to starve, if not an act of genocide? As South Africa, we know what racism, oppression, and inhumanity looks like. We have lived through it. We have experienced it. We know it inside and out. As South Africans, we have said that we will not be bystanders to injustice and oppression. This week marks 30 years since the Rwandan genocide unfolded before the eyes of the world, and little was done to stop the killings of 1 million people. We will not sit back, our arms folded, as another genocide is perpetrated in our lifetime, regardless of the race, ethnicity, religious or political beliefs of the victims. The Quran says, stand firmly for justice, whether it is against yourselves, your parents, or your close relatives. As South Africans, we will forever stand firmly for justice everywhere, without flinching, without any doubt. We seek justice and peace, not only for ourselves, but for every person, for the oppressed people in Palestine and Western Sahara, and for our neighbors and our fellow citizens. This Eid, which is being celebrated in the 30th year of our democracy, must strengthen us in our quest to build a fellowship that transcends and goes beyond artificial boundaries of race, class, and faith. It must steel us and steel our resolve to advance social justice both at home and abroad. So let us join hands and be part of making South Africa a place of equality, shared prosperity, and true freedom for all. Eid Mubarak to you all. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much.
Oh, below live visuals coming through from Laudium. President Cyril Ramaphosa wishing Muslim across the world, in fact, Eid Mubarak, really just attending that Eid prayer in Laudium, joining thousands of Muslims during the Eid al-Fitr prayers, commemoration celebrations, also shining the spotlight on the situation in Gaza and thanking the Muslim community for the contributions during the month of Ramadan.